All right, so I told you this video was gonna be a doozy. This one's for you guys. We have to pull a camshaft. Look at all that oil all over the bottom of the pan. So we are leaking from the, oh yeah, look at that drip. That's dripping right there. So I have to pull off the entire timing case to replace the gasket. That sucks. I also, the oil pan's not leaking anymore, you guys can see. Perfect oil pan, but it is just slinging oil everywhere. You can see that. Now I've already checked my oil, so everything's all good. But unfortunately, that whole front, yeah, you can see down there fresh. So I'm gonna get the parts ordered. We have a OEM Cummins gasket coming for the back of the case. There is no gasket for the front case, apparently. So that's RTV. And then we have a front main seal coming with a wear sleeve. So truck's totaled. Hopefully one of these damn semi-truck drivers that can't drive hit my truck and I can get a new one. But that's not the worst of it. Here's the load we're pulling. It's about 9,000 pounds. We have 14 ply tires on it. We'll be dropping at 8 o'clock in the morning. Everything's all good. Everything's strapped down. I just filled the tank. But the truck also possibly needs injectors, which a lot of you guys could have guessed. I'll show you guys the timbrins here. That's solid. There's the timbrins for you. Being used. Barely on the overloads. Check the exhaust. I had the exhaust pull out of there the other day. Looks like everything is all good. So, yeah, we're gonna have some money to be dumping into this thing. We need to get the transmission built. We need to change the transmission fluid a while. I need to get a new pan for it. So all in all, we're probably gonna have to throw about $5,000 into this truck just to get it to be worth something. So we also found, my dad found, I guess, rockers. So we'll be doing these rockers sometime next year. But those two things go with that. And then we have the remote. There's the remote down there on the ground. So let me know what you guys think about that, because I'm about to be a broke boy. I was gonna pay this thing off, and now it's like, hey, you need $5 grand worth of work just to be reliable. And I want to do the injector sooner than later, because if I don't, then it takes out the motor. And I do notice that this thing chiefs a lot, so we do need to get the edge tuner. I have the edge right here. I need to get that taken down to Raleigh, North Carolina, where my other truck was, where I sold it, because now that I got it repaired, I have to flash that truck back to stock, which I thought I actually did do that, but the tire size was modified on the truck, so now it's still mated to that truck. So I paid all this money to get it repaired to not be able to use it until I go flash the truck back to stock. So I'm gonna do that, and then that will allow me to have a transmission temperature gauge. Now I get it, I could go buy a trans temp gauge, but why would I buy a gauge that I'm gonna have twice? I'm also gonna get an EGT sensor for the edge as well. So we'll have the edge down on the bottom. We're gonna have 4 gauges. Edge on the bottom, fuel pressure. I might not get a boost gauge because the edge does boost as well. As long as I don't put a boost fooler, it'll be accurate. So we have fuel pressure, and then I need to figure out what other 2 gauges to throw in there. Because, like I said, the truck will do trans temp, the edge will do boost, and it'll do EGTs. So it's like all I really need is fuel pressure, but I want the 4 gauge pod just in case I add something down the road. But without further ado, let's just keep going with it. We have about 4 hours and 20 minutes. So we can get there. We can get there tonight. All right, next day, let's get this thing fired up. Oh wait, no grid heater needed? We have about 51 minutes to go. And here's the trailer. And the license plate flew off. They're like, yeah, can you put that in a bag, or in the bag, and ship it back? I'm like, yeah, sure. It helps if they actually put it on all the way. That license plate gone. That to say, because that shit's impressive. You see that car back there, that fucking Jeep thing? She has 2 phones one in each hand, and she's texting on both of them. Like, I don't know if I should be impressed or disappointed. I mean, I know I multitask when I'm driving and I do work sometimes, but like, to have both phones in hand driving, me on the steering wheel, I'll let you guys make that decision. It is Michigan, if that makes your decision any different. Go over proof. She dropped off. Yeah, I kind of saw him go over it a little bit. I saw him using the controls. I mean, this thing's self-explanatory. Driving it's self-explanatory, but as for moving the boom and stuff, I don't know what's inside there. Dropped off, everything is good. I got tipped $100, so that's pretty sweet. Other than that, yeah, it's been a while since I got a tip, but yeah, I'm gonna call the broker now. I'm gonna start looking for some loads, getting ready to start editing some videos. We're about 8 hours from home. I gotta be back for the gym, so hopefully we can be back tonight. All right, so I'm gonna start making my way home, and I have about a quarter tank left, but we'll see. Yeah, all good. We'll see if I can find something on the way home. There ain't shit in Michigan, can't find anything up here, so I am gonna try to see what I can do, and if I can find something on the way. We have everything open, and we'll see if I find anything. If not, not a big deal. So I just changed the fuel filter on that thing for nothing because I haven't used it in so long with the old truck that I forgot that there's a strainer in there. That's all the shit. There was a big piece of plastic that came out. Like literal wrapping paper. Now it's fast as shit. Look how fast that thing's pumping. No wonder it's been not giving me any fuel. That pump has been slow for quite a while. Like I said, it was so long since I've used that pump with the other truck, and I just completely forgot about it. But I didn't expect a big piece of plastic to come out of there. Like, it was like a wrapping paper plastic from like a filter. So I don't know how half the shit get in there, but that thing catches all of it. So I'm gonna have to pay attention to that from now on. I changed that filter prematurely. And I know that because I changed the filter and it was only half full. So that tells me that it wasn't delivering like it should have. So take it from me, if you guys are gonna run black diesel, make sure that your filters are clean. No idea how he managed that, but he's in there. I love Ohio. All right, so I'm pretty much gonna close the video out here. We're like 3 hours from my mom's. I gotta go drop off a battery and whatnot. So I do wanna let you guys know that like there's some things we need to go over right here at the end of the video. All right, for the guys that care, stick around. If not, I don't blame you. So, for one, I bought this truck. I bought it sight unseen, and I did that because, for one, from a content creator standpoint, this truck makes sense. Yes, it sucks that it has all the little problems that it does, but it allows me to showcase what I can physically do with my own stuff and test it out. Like I said, this truck is going to be getting good quality or OEM parts, as opposed to the other truck that was neglected. Now, number two, with the fact that we're going to be, rebuilding this truck and whatnot, a lot of guys can say, hey, this is why I bought a new truck, or, I just went out, and it's like, honestly, think about this from a creator standpoint, right? If I go out, I buy a new truck, say, my payment's $1,200 or whatever, right? Now I have to physically make videos with that truck. Nothing breaks. YouTube analytics plummet. Nothing to do on the truck because it's perfect. So that's kind of where the older truck comes into play. It's like, yes, it sucks that all this stuff happens and then I need to fix other people's mistakes or neglect. But at the same time, it's cheap to make content, and it brings views in. So I get to physically make, it helps the business, it helps the channel. My analytics go up. We're doing very well on YouTube again. Like, the views have been popping up. So we're gonna keep trying to stick with it and bring you guys good quality content and just keep doing exactly what I'm doing. And we'll go from there. And every time I say I'm gonna stop driving, for some reason I end up driving again. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's like, once you start, it is impossible to quit. So if you guys wanna get into hotshot, don't do it. If you guys have other business ventures that are physically making you money, don't come into the hotshot market. I am telling you, it's really bad out here. I'm saying that because morally, I cannot tell people to get into the hotshot. Like, there's just not very much money into it. So the only reason I still do it is because of the YouTube views, and I can make a wee bit of money. But at the end of the day, I mean, half the stuff breaks even anyway, and it's like, it's a business. All the bills are paid. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it makes sense. If you guys have any questions down below, feel free. I go over every one of the comments every day at 3 p.m. and that's my time to go over the comments. So if you like it, subscribe. See you in the next video. Later.